What's better than picking the winner? How about owning the winner? With Saratoga's original racing partnership, Parting Glass Racing. Our partnerships are surprisingly affordable, offering minimum risk, maximum purchasing power, and the unparalleled expertise of a superior management team. A team of proven winners. Join Saratoga's original racing partnership. Call 877-RACE-WIN. That's 877-722-3946. Or visit partingglassracing.com.
This is the OTB Network.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Horses and Courses, brought to you by Parting Glass Racing. I'm Jean Wood. We've just finished a terrific weekend of stakes racing action all across the country. Big day on Saturday, obviously at Belmont Park as well. But we'll kick things off at the Meadowlands on Saturday afternoon. They ran the Cliffhanger for older horses on the turf. They managed to stay on the turf in spite of yielding conditions. Let's head to the Meadowlands and the Cliffhanger.
All set, ready for start. And they're off in Cliffhanger Stakes. At the Disco broke well from the outside with Kiss the Kid. At the Disco on the outside with Get Serious, some speed on the inside. And Get Serious runs on with At the Disco on the outside. As Kiss the Kid settles in, a nice neat third spot on the inside. Vanquisher is just 2.5 from the lead, stride for stride with Pleasant Strike and Brave Tin Soldier, 5.5 from the lead as they race around the first turn. Get Serious in front with Pablo Fregoso. At the Disco on the outside second. Kiss the Kid tucked in third. The opening quarter was an even 24 seconds moving off the turn. Vanquisher fourth on the outside, gaining just a bit. Then Pleasant Strike saving ground. A length or two now to Brave Tin Soldier up the backstretch. Get Serious and At the Disco. At the Disco applying some pressure on Get Serious. Kiss the Kid on the inside, Perfect Trip third, Vanquisher fourth on the outside, Pleasant Strike on the rail, and two more to Brave Tin Soldier. Get Serious will look to go all the way. Pesky pressure from At the Disco on the outside. Half was rated 48 and 2. At the Disco and Joe Bravo now applying serious pressure on Get Serious on the inside. They are stride for stride. Kiss the Kid angles to the outside now for a clear run past the quarter pole. And then it's Pleasant Strike on the inside and Vanquisher and Brave Tin Soldier into the stretch of the Cliffhanger. 1:12 was three-quarter time. A rally from Kiss the Kid on the outside, but here comes Brave Tin Soldier. Pleasant Strike on the inside. Pleasant Strike. Brave Tin Soldier. A final lunge on the outside. Brave Tin Soldier. Brave Tin Soldier. Up in time for Carlos Marquez Jr. in a Cliffhanger over Pleasant Strike, Kiss the Kid, and Vanquisher.
Brave Tin Soldier picks up the victory, his first stakes win of his career. He had won a non-winners of two races back in New Jersey. Was beaten last time out by about 2 lengths in the Red Bank handicap behind Get Serious, who was the favorite in this field, despite the fact that he has not generally shown his very best stuff on softer or yielding turf courses. Brave Tin Soldier, one of the horses we followed over the wintertime last year in Dubai, had a couple of nice performances over there, but it does appear that the yielding surface suited him very nicely as he makes a strong run outside of horses to win by a nose over Pleasant Strike with Kiss the Kid back in third. Brave Tin Soldier is a bay son of Stormcat out of Bless by Mr. Prospector, bred in Kentucky by Classic Star and owned by Kieran McLaughlin, trained by Kieran McLaughlin, and ridden to victory by Carlos Marquez Jr. Brave Tin Soldier covers the mile and a 16th on the yielding turf in 142.52. Next up, we'll stay in the Mid-Atlantic. We'll head to Philadelphia, and their Saturday stakes feature the Grade 2 Fitz-Dixon Cotillion for 3-year-old fillies.
And they're off in the Fitz-Dixon Cotillion Stakes, and a good start for them all. Careless Jewel away well from the inside. Cat moves right with her, and Mary's Follies will step out from that outside gate. But Robert Landry going to guide Careless Jewel a bit off the rail into that first turn, but will take charge here in the early going. Cat Moves will take to the inside in that second spot. Mary's Follies has come away running in third, followed next by Just Genda. She is sitting just to the outside of long shot Keyline Baby, and at the back of the pack, Bon Jovi Girl already 6 lengths off of Careless Jewel, who went that opening quarter in 22-4. Careless Jewel goes to the back stretch under a good hold here, and she's bounding along by almost 2 lengths. Cat Moves tracks the speed from second. Another 3/4 of a length to Just Genda. She's beginning a steady advance. She's now on the outside third by a neck. Mary's Follies is farthest out of the group. She is sitting fourth, about 3.5 back with a half mile to run. After that, Keyline Baby, Bon Jovi Girl in behind horses with about 4 to make up, off a half mile of 45-3. It's been all Careless Jewel. Careless Jewel goes by the 3/8 pole, and she is just cruising along with a 1.5 length lead. And now Jeremy Rose beginning to get busy on Cat Moves. Cat Moves is trying to keep up with Careless Jewel. Robert Landry takes a peek back, and he still has not asked Careless Jewel to go. As they approach the top of the stretch, Careless Jewel will turn for home with a 3.5 length lead. Middle of the racetrack, it's Just Genda. Cat Moves is in between horses. Here comes Bon Jovi Girl down with a late run. But it's Careless Jewel mid-stretch. She's in front by 3.5, getting a little tap of the whip there. Bon Jovi Girl on the outside second. But they come to the finish. It will be Careless Jewel. She gets her job done today. Careless Jewel strides home a convincing 3.5 length winner. Bon Jovi Girl was second. Keyline Baby was third.
Careless Jewel makes it 3 in a row. She won the Delaware Oaks impressively, the Alabama in fine fashion, and here takes care of business by 3.5 lengths as the odds-on choice over Bon Jovi Girl, with Keyline Baby back in third. Careless Jewel does have good early speed and forced the likes of Cat Moves and Just Genda, the second and third choice in this field, into a chaser's roll. Both of those fillies tiring and allowing longer shots to finish in the second and third spots. The winner, Careless Jewel, is a gray-or-roan daughter of Tappet from Sweet and Careless by Hennessy, bred in Kentucky by Gainesway Thoroughbreds and Bill Andrade. Owned by the Donver Stable and trained by Josie Carroll, ridden to victory by Robert Landry. Careless Jewel makes it 3 in a row in graded stakes company, covering the mile in the 16th and 141.40. We'll head to the Midwest, Chicago now, the home of Hawthorne Park, where on Saturday they ran the Hawthorne Gold Cup for older horses at 10 furlongs.
Now they're on the gate. They're off in the Hawthorne Gold Cup, and Jonesboro comes out very fast for the lead. Up on the outside here, Shadow Be Dancing, the pressure, the early pace. And then moving in between horses comes Nightlight as they race by us for the first time. Little more than a mile to run in the race. Shadow Be Dancing has the lead. Jonesboro between horses second. Up on the outside, Nightlight is third. Towards the rail, the Illinois horse Stonehouse right there in fourth. And then You and I Forever came away fifth. Brothers Nicholas towards the rail sixth. Awesome Gem alongside him seventh. El Como racing eighth, about 9 lengths from the leader. And then towards the inside, it's Lothar Street. A length and a half back to El de Fior, and 6 more back to the trailer, and that's Going Ballistic. And they make their way to the Hawthorne backstretch. 6 furlongs to go in the Hawthorne Gold Cup. And it's Shadow Be Dancing showing the way, little more than a length. Nightlight on the outside, tracking second. Stonehouse right there with the leaders third. It's 2 more back to Jonesboro fourth. Brothers Nicholas between horses fifth. Awesome Gem now on the rail sixth and starts to move up. Then on the outside, You and I Forever needs to do a bit more. Towards the inside, Lothar Street. El Como in tight quarters. Up alongside that one is El de Fior, and it's 7 more back to Going Ballistic. And they move around the far turn, and Shadow Be Dancing keeps the lead by a length and a quarter. Nightlight still chasing in second. Brothers Nicholas towards the inside, trying to rally third. Along the rail, Awesome Gem continues his sustained rally. You and I Forever starts to move up again, looking for racing room. Lothar Street, and Joe Talamo takes him to the far outside. Heads are turned for home in the 2009 Hawthorne Gold Cup. Towards the inside, Shadow Be Dancing. Nightlight right alongside second. Awesome Gem is 3 deep third. Jonesboro makes it 4 across the track with a furlong to go. Awesome Gem now rushing up to the front, and Awesome Gem is taking the lead, a 16th away. Racing second, Nightlight, but Awesome Gem and David Flores to win the Hawthorne Gold Cup. Awesome Gem won by a length and a half. Nightlight was second. Going Ballistic came on to be third, and You and I Forever fourth, the 2009 Hawthorne Gold Cup.
Awesome Gem, a nice effort by this guy. He had really faced a lot of very good horses. This California-based runner had done well on the turf. He's done well on dirt, and he's done well on synthetic. Not a huge win profile from this guy, but he has certainly been a moneymaker for the West Point partnership that has him, as he was third a couple of years back in the Breeders' Cup Classic behind Curlin. So obviously a horse with some ability and has been facing a lot of classy runners. He certainly looks like 1.25 miles is right up his alley. He got the distance that he liked here, rallied strongly to win by 1.25 lengths at an $8.40 mutual over Nightlight with Going Ballistic, a very strong third from well back off the pace while racing 9 wide. The winner, Awesome Gem, is a chestnut gelding, a son of Awesome Again from Piano by Pentelicus. Bred in Kentucky by Runnymede Farm, Catesby Clay and Peter Callahan, owned by the West Point Thoroughbreds, and trained by Craig DeLassy. Ridden to victory by David Flores, Awesome Gem covers the 1.25 miles in 2:04.36. We'll stay in the Midwest, and we'll head next to Hoosier Park, where at Indy on Saturday, they ran the Indiana Derby, a Grade 2 for 3-year-olds.
LeBron stepping in, the field is set, and they're off in the 15th running of the Indiana Derby. And Sumo away alertly from the outside. It's Westland. Coming away third, Karama, as they come through the stretch, moving up between horses, Flat Bold. To the outside, it's Funday and Misremembered. At the rail, then, it's Sumo. He's been shuffled back, despite the odds running third last here, as they head of the turn, Win Willie coming away second last, and the trailer is Giant Oak. Around the turn and up front, Westland. Westland, the longest shot of the board here, leads the way by a length to his outside, Flat Bold. Misremembered into the stalking position, now third. To the inside at the rail and fourth, it's Karama between horses 5, Funday. To the outside is 6th, Sumo. And then a length back then to Despite the Odds, who continues to run third last year. Giant Oak to the outside. Win Willie has been shuffled back, he is trailing, but just some 6-7 lengths off the leaders. The half was 47-2 as they enter the far turn, and still leading Westland. Westland by just a neck, but there to the outside, it's Flat Bold, and now circling on the outside, Misremembered, and here comes Sumo with Burrell on the outside. Giant Oak comes to life. Top of the stretch, they turn for home, Misremembered. A short lead. Westland to the inside, running in second. Giant Oak kicks in on the outside. Karama looks to get back into this one now. Sumo dropping back just a bit. It's Misremembered at the 8th pole. And Misremembered leading to the 16th, but it's Giant Oak who is railing on the outside. Coming to the wire, and Misremembered will win the 15th running of the Indiana Derby. Giant Oak finishes second with Karama third.
Misremembered in from the West Coast to pick up the victory. A nice effort, showed good early speed while stalking the pace, was right there right through the running, and had plenty left to hold off the late move of Giant Oak by a half a length at the wire. Karama at 14-1, finishing in the third spot. After kind of tracking the pace, ran a little bit on the one pace side, but it certainly was a decent one pace performance to settle for a third place finish here in fairly good graded stakes company. The winner, Misremembered, was second in the Affirmed earlier this summer, won the swaps, was up the track against older horses in the Pacific Classic in a full field, but here gets the position he needs early and holds on to win very nicely. Misremembered is a chestnut ridgeling, a son of Candy Ride from Beyond Perfection by Quack. Bred in Kentucky by Bob Baffert, owned by Natalie Baffert and George Jacobs, trained by Bob Baffert, and ridden to victory by Victor Espinosa. Misremembered covers the mile in a 16th and 140.80. We'll pause now for a brief message. When we return, we've got more racing action from the Midwest, and then we will be heading out to California for a pair of juvenile races. Please stay with us. Welcome back to Horses and Courses. We'll continue now in Ohio, where on Saturday at Thistledown they ran the Grade 2 Ohio Derby for 3-year-olds.
And ready for the start. And they're off in the Grade 2 Ohio Derby, and going out there looking for the lead, it has Gone Astray. Ranging up on the outside now, it's War Fighter, and War Fighter will lead him under the line for the first time. That is Petch, who's now in second. In there now in early third is joining the dance, but not looking at all comfortable there as they're looking into the turn and going out there with the lead. It is War Fighter who's got the best early go along the inside, now racing in second. You will find a Petch. Up and on the outside, a third is a Perfect Start. Out there, 3 wide fourth is Ice Road. An early fifth for the People's Choice, Gone Astray. Inside then for Joining the Dance and Fonda Ronda won the early trailer. Field is covered by just 5 lengths as they're into the backstretch. And they're being led by War Fighter. War Fighter has them by a head. Petch is on the inside. Ice Road in third. Gone Astray is now up to fourth. In their fifth is Perfect Start. Then you'll find Joining the Dance and Fonda Ronda won, and into the turn they go. War Fighter is the leader. Gone Astray will now need racing room. Ranging up on the outside, Ice Road. Ice Road is now taking his shot at War Fighter as they're into the turn. They're now running up toward and past the quarter pole. War Fighter fights on, looking for room. Gone Astray in second. Ice Road third. They're at the top of the stretch, and they're homeward bound in the Ohio Derby. War Fighter is the leader. On the outside, coming on is Gone Astray, and Gone Astray is taking on War Fighter, and Gone Astray, winner of the Pennsylvania Derby, comes right back, wins the Ohio Derby. It's Gone Astray. He won by 2. Finishing second was War Fighter. Third was Ice Road. A photo for fourth, 150 and 2.
Gone Astray makes it 2 in a row after winning the Pennsylvania Derby impressively by 9 over Joining the Dance. He deals with that horse here, puts that one away. In fact, Joining the Dance faded to finish in the 4th spot as War Fighter. In from Presque Isle, where he won an allowance race last out, settles for the 2nd spot with Delaware shipper Ice Road completing the top 3. The winner, Gone Astray, is a dark bay or brown 3-year-old son of Dixie Union from Illicit by Mr. Prospector. Bred in Kentucky by the Phipps stable and owned by the breeder, trained by Shug McGahee and ridden to victory by Eddie Castro, Gone Astray covers the mile and a furlong in 150.56. We'll head out to the West Coast now in a pair of 2-year-old races on Sunday at Santa Anita. We'll kick things off with Grade 1 fillies in the Oakleaf.
Now for the Grade 1 Oakleaf Stakes. And away they go to a perfect start. Quickest into stride here is Bickerson's on the inside. Repo, always a Princess, showing good speed down at the rail as well. Mar-a-Lago is going to be hooked a little wide as they all line up on the lead. Then it's Softly Singing. Forbidden Paradise has the red cap, 3 off them. The pace is very good early on. Then we drop back to Blind Luck, who's down at the rail. Just in behind that, we have It Is Kalula is racing towards the rear, and Fairway Road brings up the rear, 8 off the leader. Past the 3/4 pole they go, and Always a Princess has the lead. Repo is keeping the pressure on from second. Dickerson's in a good spot in third. Down at the rail, Forbidden Paradise. Softly Singing is in there. Pure Class in the black colours is only 4 lengths off these leaders. Then we come back to Blind Luck down at the rail. Up alongside of Blind Luck, we have Kalula. On the far side is Mar-a-Lago. Mar-a-Lago's giving them 6 length start. In behind that is Tiz, and Fairway Road is last. Less than a half mile to go in the Oakleaf now, and still Always a Princess and Garrett Gomez take them along. Repo is the first one under pressure. Dickerson's now coming to tackle from third. Pure Class is in fourth, 3.5 off them. Softly Singing is on the far side. Forbidden Paradise losing ground. Then comes Blind Luck, and running on from behind is It Is. They bunched up as they come to the top of the lane now. Always a Princess, the leader, tackled by Dickerson's. Pure Class down at the rails. Softly Singing is behind that. Blind Luck is in with a shot too. Homeward bound in the Oakleaf now, and here comes Blind Luck down the centre of the track. And Blind Luck has just put them away with a 16th to go. And it's Blind Luck drawing clear. Blind Luck and Tyler Bays, very impressive in the Oakleaf. Always a Princess second. Dickerson's a game third, and It Is ran on for fourth.
Blind Luck, most recently second to Misueno in the Darley debutante. Misueno certainly would have been an odds-on favorite in this field, as Blind Luck tracks the pace here and gets the victory with a 3-wide move over Always a Princess, the lukewarm choice at over 3-1, with Bickerson's in from New York, where she was most recently third in the spin-away, showing that she can handle that synthetic. I suppose that made a good prep for her for Breeders' Cup competition. She ran a solid third off of her nice effort in the spin-away. The winner, Blind Luck, last time out second in the Darley debutante, and as Misueno has been injured and I believe retired, this filly now does look like a likely favorite for the Breeders' Cup juvenile fillies. Blind Luck is a chestnut filly, a daughter of Pollard's Vision from Lucky One by Best of Luck, bred in Kentucky by Fairlawn Farm, owned by Mark DiDomenico Limited, John Carver and Jerry Hollendorfer, trained by Jerry Hollendorfer and ridden to victory by Tyler Bays. Blind Luck covers the mile in the 16th in 143.19. Next up, 2-year-old Colts and Geldings in the Norfolk.
Young Man Scott restless. And away they go. All appear to come away well. Sterling Outlook from the inside gate sprints away to lead them early. Gallant Gent is going to put pressure on him. Alfarabi third. Looking at Lucky, came away beautifully and tucks into the 4th position. Young Man Scott is up alongside of that. Came Abroad in the goal, 5 off them. They're going a fast pace out on the lead. Down at the rail we have Lucky Rave in the red cap, been followed by Polshan, who's 8 lengths off the leaders. In behind that we have Seattle Ruler, who's taken back to be third last. Then it's John Scott, and Dave in Dixie is last, a good 13 off the leaders. Onto the backstretch they go, and Sterling Outlook at a good pace has strung this field out. Now coming to take him on is Gallant Gent in the 2nd spot. Alfarabi's right there third. Now we have Looking at Lucky. He's going to have to go a little wide, but he's right there in 4th. Down at the rail is Lucky Rave. Came Abroad, having to be pushed along a little to keep up. Young Man Scott is in the white, 7 lengths off the leaders. Polshan has dropped down onto the rail, been followed then by Seattle Ruler. And still at the back, John Scott and Dave in Dixie, 10 off the leader. Past the 3/8 they go now, and Sterling Outlook kicks on for home. Sterling Outlook a length to Gallant Gent. Alfarabi's in third. At the rail, Lucky Rave. Looking at Lucky now starts his run. And Looking at Lucky in the red colours now coming to tackle the leaders. Young Man Scott is behind that. Polshan is running on late as well. They come to the top of the lane, and Looking at Lucky strikes the front in the Norfolk and kicks for home. Looking at Lucky in full flight for the wire. Young Man Scott is running on late. Gallant Gent starts to come back at the rail. Polshan is running on late. Looking at Lucky now, desperate to hold on, but he's doing so tenaciously. And Looking at Lucky, all half has won the Norfolk. Polshan was second, then Gallant Gent. 3-way photo for the 4th spot. Young Man Scott, David Dixie, and John Scott.
Running his record 4 for 4 is Looking at Lucky, 1 3/4 lengths the better of Pulsion, who is 18-1. Pace presser Gallant Gent holds on and finishes third. At odds on, Looking at Lucky is now 4 for 4 with a maiden victory followed by wins in the Best Pal, Delmar Futurity, and now the Grade 1 Norfolk, marking him as the likely favorite for this year's Breeders' Cup Juvenile. Looking at Lucky is a bay 2-year-old son of Smart Strike from Private Feeling by Belong to Me. Bred in Kentucky by Gulf Coast Farms Limited, owned by Carl Watson, Mike Pegram, and Paul Whiteman, trained by Bob Baffert, and ridden to victory by Garrett Gomez. Looking at Lucky covers the mile on the 16th and 143.11. We'll head back home to New York, but before we head to Belmont, we've got a pair of races to bring to you from Finger Lakes this weekend. Starting things out, fillies and mares in the Proud Puppy.
We're just about ready for the Proud Puppy. And there they go. Sweet Lorena broke aggressively, so too did Natalie Cat. Also there is Spa Princess and Captivating Kathy. Bob's Dylan is forwardly placed. Sweet Lorena is now back to 5th, but she's up close. Quixotic Lassie is advancing. She's going to take over 5th, about 4 from the front. Sweet Lorena's back to 6th, 5 or 6 from the leader. At the tail is a Fleet Alexandra. On the lead, Captivating Kathy, sizzling opening quarter of 21 3. Spa Princess runs with her. Natalie Cat is third with 4 lengths to make up near the 3/8. Bob's Dylan covers her. More than 2.5 to Quixotic Lassie, 2.5 to Sweet Lorena, who has about 1.5 lengths on a Fleet Alexandra. Through the turn, and Spa Princess finds the front before the quarter pole. Captivating Kathy's back to 2nd. Bob's Dylan's trying to close, so too is Natalie Cat. Sweet Lorena begins her move. She's up the inside with about 6 to make up. A Fleet Alexandra's rolling to the far outside. In the lane in the 11th, Proud Puppy. Bob's Dylan. Here comes Sweet Lorena in the 2-path. Natalie Cat has the lead. Natalie Cat chased home by Sweet Lorena. Bob's Dylan and a Fleet Alexandra to the outside. It's Natalie Cat with the lead. A late charge from a Fleet Alexandra on the far outside. It's tight. I think it's the gray. I think it's Natalie Cat from a fast closing of Fleet Alexandra. Then we're going to Sweet Lorena and Bob's Dylan.
Natalie Cat, a nice winner here from Off the Pace, a filly that had won a number of races in her career. In fact, is now 8 for 30 lifetime. She was first off the $50,000 claim from her most recent race down at Presque Isle, where she did run 2nd, and here she gets a driving neck victory over a local filly of Fleet Alexandra. Sweet Lorena, another local filly. This one had shipped down to Presque Isle to run 3rd in the Masters against some pretty nice fillies last time out. She was the favorite. Here can rally only to 3rd. The winner, Natalie Cat, is a Gray-Aroan daughter of Tactical Cat from Allen's Cheer by Allen's Prospect. Bred in Kentucky by Silverton Hill Limited, owned by Stuart Grant, trained by Michael J. Rogers, and ridden to victory by John Grabowski. Natalie Cat covers the 6 in 112.10. Next up, 2-year-old New York breds in the New York Breeders' Futurity.
And Small Town to the outside. We're ready for the 47th running of the New York Breeders' Futurity. And there they go. Ivy Boye broke with the field, but it's Hook Me Up, the filly, to get the lead. Hook Me Up has the lead. Papa's Nice Cat is 2nd. Ivy Boye stalking from the 3rd spot. He is up close to the filly. Then we're going to Dahlgren Chapel, currently in 4th with 3 lengths to make up. It's 2 to Persian Ruler, who has 5 lengths to make up through the opening quarter. 6 to Future Footnotes, more than 2.5 to Small Town, and Gold Buyers at the back. A 22-1 opening quarter controlled by the filly, Hook Me Up. She passes the 7/16 by 1.5 lengths from Ivy Boye. Papa's Nice Cat and Dahlgren Chapel moving into contention in the clear. Persian Ruler remains in 5th with 4 lengths to make up near the 5/16. Break of at least 6 or 7 back to Future Footnotes. 5 to Small Town, and Gold Buyers having trouble keeping up. They're at the top of the lane in the 47th running of the New York Breeders' Futurity. It's Hook Me Up with the lead. Here's Ivy Boye swinging off the rail. And Ivy Boye makes his move, and he gets the lead at the 8th pole. Here's Ivy Boye rolling away. Hook Me Up fighting for 2nd with Dahlgren Chapel. They're going to Persian Ruler. Ivy Boye, a spectacular performance once again. He's undefeated in 3 appearances. Ivy Boye wins the 47th running of the New York Breeders' Futurity, running away from everyone. Maybe Dahlgren Chapel for the 2nd spot.
Boye makes it 3 for 3. He won the Aspirant last time out after having broken his maiden right here at Saratoga. He scores the victory once more over Dahlgren Chapel, who had run second to him last time out. Hook Me Up, who was fourth last out in the aspirant, returns to finish in front of Persian Ruler, who had beaten him out for the third spot last time out. The winner at Boise is a Bay 2-year-old son of medalist from Expect Excellence by Pentelicus, bred in New York by Dr. Patricia Purdy, owned by the Ann Stew Stable and trained by Todd Pletcher. Ridden to victory by Cornelio Velasquez, Boise covers the 6 in 112.23. We'll pause now for one more brief message, and when we return, we've got a busy weekend stakes racing action at Belmont. Please stay with us. Welcome back to Horses and Courses. We'll head now to Belmont Park for a busy Super Saturday at Big Sandy. Kicking things off, Grade 1 fillies and mares in the Beldame.
They're in the gate. And they're off. Captain's Lover alertly from the gate right after the lead, and here comes Unbridled Bell on the outside with speed today. Unbridled Bell dashes to the front, and her stablemate is wrangled back. Captain's Lover now second. A Music Note came out in third position now, and Ramon Dominguez trying to harness that speed of Unbridled Bell. He's trying to slow that pace down a bit. Captain's Lover there on the outside, and Music Note is next to Captain's Lover and in behind her stablemate, Unbridled Bell. Next, it's Copper State, and the trailer is With Flying Colors. So down the backstretch run, Unbridled Bell sails through an opening quarter in 24 1/5 seconds. Captain's Lover and Johnny Velasquez still keeping heavily favored Music Note down on the fence with 5 furlongs remaining here. The half was 47 4/5 seconds. And then it's Copper State and With Flying Colors. Around the far turn, Unbridled Bell still sailing along here with a half mile to go, and Unbridled Bell continues to lead. Music Note second, and is there room at the inside for Music Note? No, just coming off the rail. Can't keep up. Captain's Lover back in third. So now it is Unbridled Bell. In clear on the outside is Music Note for that final quarter mile, but Unbridled Bell comes to the top of the stretch in control. Music Note set down for the drive, and here they come into the stretch. It's Unbridled Bell and Music Note. Unbridled Bell and Music Note. Unbridled Bell, the 2007 winner of the Beldame, overtaken by Music Note. Music Note will be the winner of the Beldame in 2009. It is Music Note. A few anxious moments down that backstretch run. Once she got the run, she got the daylight and went on to win by 2 lengths over Unbridled Bell. It was about 8 lengths back to Copper State third. The final time here was 1:48 2.
Music Note taking advantage of the fact that the pace was a little bit on the leisurely side to stalk the pace, where she's often been seen running a little bit further back, but a very nice ride by Rajiv Marat to get her in good position, and she was able to kick clear to win by 2 1/4 lengths over Unbridled Bell. The pace setter in here, Copper State, rallies into the third spot. The winner, Music Note, most recently winning at 7 furlongs up here at Saratoga in the Grade 1 Ballerina, stretches things out to 9 furlongs and scores once again. Music Note is a Bay 4-year-old daughter of AP Indy from Note Music Hall by Sadler's Wells. Bred in Kentucky by Gainsborough Farm and owned by Godolphin Racing. Trained by Saeed bin Surur. Rick Matee handling the operation in New York. Rajiv Murrah in the irons. Music Note covers the 9 in 148.49. Next up, we'll head right back to Belmont, where as the rains had begun to fall pretty heavily between the running of the Beldame and the Vosburg, the track was listed as sloppy. They had not sealed the racetrack by the time the Vosburg began. They had some heavy rain just before, including some thunder and lightning, believe it or not. We'll head back down to New York and take a look at the Vosburg.
And they're off. Fabulous Strike gets off to a quick start on the outside. Go-Go Strike is racing to the lead from the inside. And it's Go-Go Shoot and Fabulous Strike. And it's Go-Go Shoot to the lead. Fabulous Strike now, second on the outside. And then 2 lengths back. And then it's Munnings. And then the break of another 5 back to Kodiak Cowboy, who trails the field around the far turn. 22-1 was the opening quarter. Go-Go Shoot leads Fabulous Strike by a length. Munnings not far behind. He's sent on the outside. 5 lengths back to late running Kodiak Cowboy, less than 3 furlongs to go. Go-Go Shoot still in front. Fabulous Strike right there with them now as they come to the top of the stretch. Munnings 2 lengths behind them, and Kodiak Cowboy's kicking in as the field turns for home. Fabulous Strike and Go-Go Shoot. Fabulous Strike takes the lead at the top of the stretch. Go-Go Shoot is second on the inside. Kodiak Cowboy's coming with his run. It is Fabulous Strike in front. Kodiak Cowboy takes outside after him. Fabulous Strike and Kodiak Cowboy bearing down. Fabulous Strike and Kodiak Cowboy. Fabulous Strike and Kodiak Cowboy. Here's the wire. Kodiak Cowboy got him in the very last jump. It was Kodiak Cowboy by an exciting neck over Fabulous Strike in the Vosburg.
Kodiak Cowboy has always run very well on a wet racetrack. Rallies to pick up the victory by about a half length going away over Fabulous Strike. Really had no excuses. This is a horse that had run well on wet tracks before. He had run very well on a wet Belmont track last year to run second in this race, but he just got caught. Munnings rounds out the top 3 in the short field of 4. The winner, Kodiak Cowboy, is a bay son of Posse from Cocodrie by Coronado's Quest, bred in Kentucky by Hartwell Farm and owned by Vinery Stable and Fox Hill Farm. Now trained by Steve Asmussen and ridden to victory by Sean Bridgman. I should say once again trained by Steve Asmussen, who handled this horse as a 2-year-old before he was transferred to Larry Jones. He's back in the Asmussen barn as Larry Jones is liquidating, as it were. He is going to be retiring at the end of the year, so his horse is being transferred out. Sean Bridgman in the irons, and Kodiak Cowboy scores the Grade 1 6 furlongs in the Vosburg in 1:10.08. The rains continued to fall, and the next up event on the card, the Grade 1 Flower Bowl Invitational on the turf for fillies and mares, run on a course labeled soft.
They're in the gate. And they're off. It's Leamington over at the rail. From the outside, Criticism, and then between those two, it's Dynaforce. They're followed by Queen of Hearts is on the outside, moving for the turn, then Pure Clan. That one's followed by Money Can't Buy Me Love. It's a good break back to Beauty O'Gawain, who trails the field. Beauty O'Gawain 6 lengths off the pack as they run into the clubhouse turn. So Leamington will dictate the pace here over the soft going. Criticism on the outside, and Dynaforce, Kenta Sormo has guided her over to the rail, and she's under a tight hold in the opening stages here. Then Queen of Hearts, Pure Clan, and it's 2 lengths back to Money Can't Buy Me Love, who's allowed to gallop along about 6 lengths from front-running Leamington. It's a break of about another 7 back to Beauty O'Gawain as the field starts their long run down the backstretch here. So they just meandered through the opening quarter mile in 26 4/5 seconds. Leamington continues to lead the way. Criticism still second on the outside. Queen of Hearts up and on this moderate pace is running along in third. And Dynaforce continues a ground-saving journey in fourth. Pure Clan has been covered up the whole way. Fifth with 5 furlongs to go. And then it's Money Can't Buy Me Love a long way back to Beauty O'Gawain. 53 4 over the boggy going here at Belmont. Into the far turn. Leamington, Criticism 1-2. Javier Castellano has a good hold of Criticism, doesn't want to make that move yet. Queen of Hearts third on the outside. Dynaforce is being nudged along toward the way. Here comes Money Can't Buy Me Love now. And Jamie Spencer lets her roll. And moving on the far outside in tandem with Pure Clan. Coming to the top of the stretch. Leamington narrowly. Criticism now makes that move as they hit the top of the stretch. Pure Clan is there. On the far outside, Money Can't Buy Me Love. Dynaforce down toward the fence. There's 1 furlong to go now. And Criticism has taken the lead. And Pure Clan's running at her with a furlong to go. Criticism trying to hold off the oncoming Pure Clan. And Pure Clan overpowers Criticism, a 16th out. Pure Clan, well, it was raining here at Belmont Park, and Pure Clan reigns in the Flower Bowl, defeating Criticism by 2 lengths. Then farther back was Queen of Hearts, who was third.
Pure Clan, who had run very well on softer going in the past, including good third last time out in the Beverly D, picks up the victory by 2 3/4 lengths from off the pace as Criticism stalked the early pace of Leamington. And that one held on fairly gamely to finish in the 2nd spot. Queen of Hearts finishing in the 3rd spot off of a decent effort up here against a little bit lesser company at Saratoga. The winner, Pure Clan, obviously a very solid filly when she gets the pace that she needs. She had won the Modesty 2 back last year, a very close second in the Garden City on a yielding turf course right here at Belmont. So she's obviously run on this surface when it's a little bit soft. She's still able to rally in spite of the slow fractions. Pure Clan, a chestnut daughter of Pure Prize from Gather the Clan by General Assembly, was bred in Kentucky by A. Lakin and Sons, owned by Lakeland Farm and trained by Bob Holthus, ridden to victory by Julian Leperoux. Pure Clan covers the 1 1/4 in 2:12.43. As the rains continued to fall, the turf races continued to get a little bit slower. Next up, the Joe Hirsch Turf Classic.
They're in the gate. And they're off in the Joe Hirsch Turf Classic. Little flat-footed start there for Musketeer. Interpretation down toward the inside. Right alongside is Alcali. Then Musketeer the Gray, followed by Gio Ponte. Then Telling Grand Couturier is the trailer as they make this towering run into the first turn here. So it's Interpretation. And Alcali Cantasormo concedes the lead there to Interpretation as they make their way for that first turn. Then there's a break of 5, and Musketeer well off the pace today. Gio Ponte is alongside him. Telling and Grand Couturier covered up at the back of the pack. Grand Couturier right on the tail there of Gio Ponte as they round the clubhouse turn. They negotiate that straightaway first quarter in 26 seconds flat. Around the clubhouse turn, Interpretation just galloping along easily. Alcali sitting chilly with a long way to go. There's a mile left here as they make the bend into the backstretch run. 54-1 was the opening half mile. So into the backstretch race now is Interpretation. Alcali edging up just a bit closer. 3 lengths back to Musketeer, still on hold. Gio Ponte continues to run on hold, and right on his tail remains Grand Couturier. And Telling down inside, about 6 lengths from the leaders now, and Alcali is sharing the lead with Interpretation with 6 furlongs remaining here. Halfway home in 1 minute and 22 1/5 seconds. Gio Ponte is moving willingly midway down the backstretch. Now 3 lengths from the lead, Musketeer to his inside. Then Grand Couturier. Telling is dropped back to trail the field. There's 4.5 furlongs to go. Interpretation, Alcali still 1-2. They've been 1-2 the whole way. Only 3 lengths from the lead is Gio Ponte. Grand Couturier right behind him. Musketeer to their inside as they round the far turn. It's still Interpretation, Alcali. Gio Ponte now making his move. Gio Ponte makes a move. And Telling with a sweeping move, but he's forced to go 4 wide. Grand Couturier covered up and in behind horses. And Musketeers down inside. They turn for home. Here comes Gio Ponte making his final move with a 1/4 mile to go. Interpretation bracing for that challenge. Grand Couturier is the trailer at the top of the stretch, and Gio Ponte is the leader. Interpretation trying to come back at him with 1 furlong to go. Interpretation is a stubborn foe. Gio Ponte has lost the lead. Gio Ponte has lost the lead to Interpretation, who runs a remarkable race to win the Joe Hirsch Invitational. Won it by 2 lengths. Gio Ponte was second on the wire.
The biggest price of the day by far, Interpretation. Horse that had run some decent races against good horses, but always looked like the kind that you wanted to use in the underneath spots in your exotic play, your exactas, trifectas, and supers. Didn't necessarily look like a win candidate, as he was winless in his last 2 racing seasons in 08 and 09. He gets to the front. The fractions were unbelievably slow. They went 54.22, a very leisurely fraction, 122.20 for the 6 furlongs. Obviously, when they go that slow early, despite the fact that as good a horse as Gio Ponte was able to get to him and actually pass him, Interpretation had plenty left when Robbie Alvarado, a first time aboard, gets him into gear and shakes him up once again. He was able to score by a length and 3/4 over Gio Ponte, who is arguably still the Pro Tem leader of the turf division here in the United States. A decent effort by Gio Ponte. I'm not quite sure why he wasn't able to continue on, although it was said earlier this year by Christophe Clement that he did have some concerns about this horse getting as far as 12 furlongs. He won the 8 furlong Grade 1 Shoemaker earlier in the year, and from there on in, I would guess that it was considered pressing to stretch him to go a little bit further, although he did win the 1 3/8 Man of War earlier this season at Belmont. In the 3rd spot, crossing the line 3rd was Telling. He did come out heading for home, interfering with Grand Couturier. He was disqualified. Grand Couturier, as a result, moved up into the 3rd spot. The winner, Interpretation, scoring his Grade 1 victory, his first win in a couple of years, but it is worth noting that some of his best races have come on softer yielding turf, including a 2nd place finish to Grand Couturier in this race last year on a yielding course. Interpretation is a dark bay or brown gelding, a son of Langfuhr from Idealistic Cause by Hadatoni. Bred in Kentucky by Larry Cassaday and Jack O. Thompson, owned by Elliot Mavora and trained by Bobby Barbera. Ridden to victory by Robbie Alvarado. Interpretation covers the 1.5 miles in 2:41.22. Next up, a Grade 1 competition on a sealed sloppy racetrack in the Jockey Club Gold Cup.
And they're off in the Jockey Club Gold Cup. Sette Mezzo Summerbird, and there goes Tisway with his typical early speed. He's up and after the lead, and Quality Road's got his speed back, and he's right up there with Tisway as they make their way into the backstretch run. And it's Asiatic Boy up close, hard-held 3rd. Summerbird has been taken back to run on 4th. Sette Mezzo, 5th on the inside. Macho again trails the field with Dry Martini, those two about 7 from the lead. And the leader is Tisway. Rajib Mirage in no hurry to open up a lead there. And indeed, Asiatic Boy is steadied and checked repeatedly. In the meantime, here's Quality Road to take over after a 24-4 opening 1/4 mile. So down the backstretch run, Quality Road is the leader now. Tisway 2nd. He comes right back after that lead. Summerbird up and on the pace in 3rd. Asiatic Boy is a bit more settled now. In behind the lead in 4th. 3 lengths back to Sette Mezzo is running comfortably about 6 lengths from the lead. Dry Martini's alongside him. Stretch running Macho again is the trailer. Macho again's dropped 12 lengths from the lead. The leader is Tisway, Quality Road. They share the lead through a 49 3/2 mile. And the Belmont winner and the Travers winner, Summerbird, is making a move early here. 4.5 furlongs to go. Summerbird now is on the move. He's 2nd now on the outside. Tisway back to 3rd with the 1/2 mile to go. Asiatic Boy is 4th by 3. And then it's Dry Martini on the outside of Sette Mezzo. And Macho again is starting to lengthen his stride now. And he's really starting to pick it up with 3 furlongs to go. Summerbird and Quality Road, the 2 3-year-olds, will arrive at the top of the stretch together here. Tisway is faded to 3rd. Dry Martini and Macho again coming on the outside, and they turn for home. Quality Road, a narrow lead. Summerbird is right at his throat latch. They'll hit the 8th pole together, and Summerbird has taken the lead. Summerbird in front. Quality Road is fighting him stubbornly all the way down to the wire. Quality Road is tenacious, but Summerbird's in front, and they're coming down to the finish, and it is Summerbird! He won the Belmont, he won the Travers, and now he's won the Jockey Club Gold Cup. And the other 3-year-old, Quality Road, was right there, finishing second. Tisway was third. Macho again was fourth.
Summerbird scores his third Grade 1 of the season. He won the Belmont, the Travers, and now the Jockey Club Gold Cup. First horse to sweep those three was the last horse to do so was Easy Goer in 1989. Now, Easy Goer, to his credit, did win a couple of others during the course of that streak as well. But a tremendous season this year by Summerbird, who has really just gotten a little bit better with every single race that he's run. He ran well on a wet track up here in Saratoga in the Travers, obviously proving that he could handle it. His sire, Birdstone, of course, has been a strong influence for mud running ability, and it certainly looked, turning for home, like he was going to have a tussle. He got that fight. Quality Road ran a very big effort here off of his Travers to run a good second. Tisway was involved right from the start, ran very, very well on or near the front end as the second longest price on the board. A nice effort by that one as well, and congratulations to Jim Bond for a good Grade 1 stakes placing with this son of Tiz Now. The winner, Summerbird, very impressive, now heads into the Breeders' Cup Classic, and we'll have to see how he handles the synthetic. He did train on it last year and handled it reasonably well, but not well enough that they thought that they would have a 3-year-old campaign out there with him, and as a result, he was transferred out of California and into the barn of Tim Ice. So we'll have to see what transpires between now and the Breeders' Cup, but I'm sure we'll get the opportunity to see him train over the synthetic in California in the next couple of weeks. Summerbird is a 3-year-old chestnut son of Birdstone from Hong Kong Squall by Summer Squall. Bred in Kentucky by Dr. K.K. Jayaraman and Dr. V. Devi Jayaraman, owned by the breeders and trained by Tim Ice. Ridden to victory by Kent Sormo, Summerbird covers the 1.25 miles in 2:02.51. We've got 3 more stakes to bring to you. They are from Sunday's card at Belmont, and unfortunately, they were all 3 washed off the turf. Beginning with the Kelso. The Kelso carded to go as a Grade 2 at a mile on the turf, ended up going as a Grade 3 at a mile off the turf with a field of only 3. Let's head down to Belmont for the Kelso.
And they're off. Le Grand Cru bounces out of there in front. Le Grand Cru quickly has gone to the lead and is now taken way out there in the middle of the trays, out there in about the 4-5 path. And so Jean-Luc Samine guides Yield Bogey, who breaks in the outside post, now over to the rail. So Yield Bogey's now in front. Le Grand Cru out there in that footing in the middle of the track, runs along in second. And just in behind him, Reddy's Echo is the last of the 3 down the backstretch run. So Yield Bogey negotiates an opening quarter in 24 4/5 seconds. Le Grand Cru continues to sit out there, second by another 3. And then Julien Leparoux is unhurried with Reddy's Echo, the trailer of the 3, as the field moves into the far turn. Yield Bogey, Le Grand Cru, and Reddy's Echo. Their positions unchanged for that opening half mile here. And the half goes in 48 3/5 seconds. Yield Bogey, Jean-Luc Samine riding high in the saddle here. And Le Grand Cru now edging up a little closer. He's still out there in that 4-5 path. And that path will be taken by Reddy's Echo as they make their way toward the top of the stretch. Le Grand Cru, Yield Bogey down toward the inside. Reddy's Echo in behind them now, and Julien Leparoux says go with Reddy's Echo. And now they head for home. And it's Le Grand Cru who continues that journey well out into the track and is clear by 2 lengths. Yield Bogey has given way now and will be third here. It is Le Grand Cru, the leader. Reddy's Echo chasing him all the way into the final 1/16 of a mile. Le Grand Cru and Reddy's Echo, and it will be Le Grand Cru. Le Grand Cru, the winner of the Kelso by a length. Beating Reddy's Echo. Yield Bogey, third.
Le Grand Cru picks up the victory. Going into the race, he was non-winners of 2 other than eligible. Here he is now a Grade 3 stakes winner, winning by 1 1/4 lengths over Reddy's Echo, who was scratched from the Grade 1 Turf Classic the day before. Pacemaker Yield Bogey settles for third. Le Grand Cru, a dark bay or brown son of Dynaformer from Ice the Champagne by El Grand Senor, was bred in Kentucky by Earl Mack and is owned by Judson Stryker. Trained by Alan Jerkins and ridden to victory by Jose Lezcano, Le Grand Cru covers the mile in 137.36. Next up, it's Off the Turf 2-year-old fillies in the Miss Grillo going a mile on the main.
And they're off. Fuzzy Britches directly to the lead. Fuzzy Britches out there with the lead, and Tappett's Fly comes up on the inside now. As Dad's Crazy is reined in to run back third as the field moves down the backstretch run. So moving very easily, Fuzzy Britches in front in the opening stages here. They're really not going very fast at all. Tappett's Fly on the inside with only mild pressure. Not fast at all. 24-1 was the opening quarter mile here. Now they're joined on the lead together. Fuzzy Britches and Tappett's Fly. And Dad's Crazy sitting chilly back in third behind the dawdling pace that's been established up front here by Tappett's Fly and Fuzzy Britches. So they enter the far turn in tandem, and tracking them intently, it's Dad's Crazy. The first quarter went in 24-1. The second quarter went in 24 and 2/5 seconds. So this pace is still relatively easy now. Just a little nudge there for Fuzzy Britches. Picking up the tempo just a bit. Tappett's Fly second on the inside, and no hurry yet. And Dad's Crazy. So the three of them will arrive at the top of the stretch with Fuzzy Britches narrowly up on the outside. Here comes Dad's Crazy to make a move, and down on the rail, Tappett's Fly. So now they hit the top of the stretch, and here comes Dad's Crazy on the outside. Tappett's Fly mired down in that going at the rail, and in between those two, it's Fuzzy Britches, and there's 1 furlong to go here, and it is Dad's Crazy. Dad's Crazy in front. Fuzzy Britches and Tappett's Fly at the fence, and they're coming down to the finish. And it's going to be Dad's Crazy. Dad's Crazy. The long shot at 4-1.
Dad's Crazy scores the maiden victory here from just off the pace, tracking the early pace under Julian Leperoux. She scores over Tappett's Fly, who had broken her maiden and off the turfer before coming back and winning a stake at the end of the Saratoga meeting. Fuzzy Britches shows good speed and settles for third. The winner, Dad's Crazy, was second in a maiden special to Hathir up here at Saratoga last time out, scores the maiden win in stakes company, albeit depleted stakes company. Dad's Crazy is a daughter of Langfier from Charismatic Lady by N-Sweep, bred in Kentucky by William B. Harrigan and owned by Smarts Racing, trained by Todd Pletcher and ridden to victory by Julian Leperoux. Dad's Crazy covers the mile in 140.04. Next up, more off the turf 2-year-olds, this time Colts and Geldings in the Pilgrim.
And they're off. Western Flyer springs out of the gate and is quickly gone to the lead. Western Flyer, the leader. But here comes Bricklayer moving through, second on the inside. Those two are both pretty pumped up here as Chairman now sits back in third. Then farther back of the field, two early trailers are Dean's Kitten and Escandarea. So down the backstretch run, and it's Bricklayer head-to-head here with Western Flyer. Those two through a quarter, 23 and 4/5 seconds. Just in behind them, just to their outside, Chairman now is third. Escandarea is in between horses, and Dean's Kitten down toward the rail. So it's a tight pack of 5 here who approaches the far turn. Still up front, Western Flyer and Bricklayer. Nothing between those two through the opening half mile here. The first quarter was 23 and 4/5 seconds, and the half in 47 and 4. And it's Bricklayer narrowly, Western Flyer sitting just outside them. Chairman now edging ever closer to the lead with 3 furlongs to go. Escandarea is in behind them fourth, and Dean's Kitten's dropping out of it. They're coming to the top of the stretch, and it's Western Flyer, the leader. Chairman now on the outside. Escandarea comes on through in between horses, and Bricklayer fades to fourth. Western Flyer and Escandarea. Escandarea has come through on the rail to take the lead just outside the 8th pole. It is Escandarea now in front, and now beginning to pull away from Western Flyer, Chairman now, and all the rest. Escandarea comes bounding through the stretch to a big win here. Western Flyer finished second, Chairman now third.
Escandrea breaks his maiden in the off-the-turf conditions here, getting the off-the-pace move, splitting horses late to win, drawing away by 7 1/4 lengths over Mama's Chipper Western Flyer, with Chairman now back in the third spot. The winner, Escandrea, had finished second last time out on the Saratoga turf to Billions Boy in a fairly solid effort, obviously handling the wet track as his pedigree would indicate he should. Escandrea is a chestnut son of Giants Causeway from Aldebaran Light by Seattle Slew. Bred in Kentucky by Sanford Robertson and owned by Zayat Stable, trained by Todd Pletcher and ridden to victory by Javier Castellano. Escandrea covers the mile at Belmont in 1:37.85. That'll wrap up a busy program. Thank you for joining us. We've got more terrific stakes racing action coming up this weekend. The opening of Keeneland. We've got a big preview weekend as well at Oak Tree at Santa Anita, heading into their Breeders' Cup this year, so you won't want to miss next week's edition of Horses and Courses. Thank you again to our sponsor, Parting Glass Racing. We'll see you back here next time.
This is great, you know, a lot of fun. You're right next to the trainer, you're right next to the jockey.
I really felt they were the first organization that treated me as an individual, not as an investor.
We've been in another racing partnership. You didn't even know who your other partners were. Parting Glass is like one big happy family.
Join Saratoga's original racing partnership. Visit us online at partingglassracing.com.